Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's In the Comics Dead Edition. Dave Cottingham here with Russell Johnson.
What's up?
We are on the set of After Gotham.
Yes, we're wearing the same shirt on the show. Go watch After Gotham, see the same shirt.
All right.
Same sofa too, but you know, hey.
That's how we do it, though. We knocked some stuff out while we got it. We're on
yeah.
the set here. Good backdrop, so we figured we'd just knock out the review of episode 12. Not tomorrow yet.
No, it's not tomorrow. It's today.
That's right. It's today.
It's not tomorrow.
What's
yet.
happening today is what's important.
Yes, exactly.
Crazy episode. Let's just dive right in. And let's just get this out of the way, too. This is not in the comic books.
Nope. This is like the CDC from season 1.
Absolutely.
It's
a whole other storyline that deviates from the book. So we have nothing to reference it to. We're just going to talk about how good or bad it was, and let's get the good or bad. What do you think, Russ?
Oh man, it was a crazy episode. I'll say this from when we first started this season. I was, first episode. I was kind of like, I was a little lukewarm. Man, from the mid-season premiere to this episode, I'm sure the rest of the season, it's been awesome. I mean, it is like a must-watch thing for me. I mean, it always is, but I was like, oh man, I can't wait to see what happens because.
Wow.
This being completely not in the comics, it was a whole new thing for me to see, and just the action and brutality. And I think one of the questions we all had was going into Negan, like how's he going to be on TV? Because he drops F-bomb every other sentence, right? Well, I think the two guys that came out from the compound to collect Gregory's head, which was another whole thing, they kind of played into what kind of Negan's character. Those guys mimic a little bit of what we think he is in the comic books anyway. So I thought it was a great episode. It was fast paced, again brutal. They're really setting it up for something really bad to happen, and they're doing a great job of it. It was an awesome episode.
Yeah, I do too. I think again, since it didn't follow the book, I was very surprised on a lot of things from the way they planned it, the way they got in. I mean, right away they just wipe out those two guys that came out.
Yeah.
It's not like taking them hostage. They like slit their throat, stab them through the heart, dead. And I was, and it was truly what Rick was saying when he described, we're going to go in where they're sleeping and we're going to kill them in their sleep. I mean, that's
we've never seen. They're always
mass murder like this.
Yeah, they're always on. If they do something, Governor, and it's always on the defensive end.
Correct.
This was like taking it straight. They're the killers.
Yes,
they're the killers in this one. They don't know. I mean, they've been told Negan's bad. They've been told the Saviors are bad. But have we really seen it? Have we really seen a product of it? Other than the fact that one little scene where
the guy kills
Gregory.
Tries to kill Gregory.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's a whole shift in culture, and I thought it was. Again, we didn't see that in the comic book. They're still, even in the comic book, they're still playing defense.
Right.
They're just trying to protect themselves from the zombies, other people want to take their stuff. But this is totally new, and it's just crazy to see.
Yeah, and like we've mentioned in the past few episodes, there's that there's that buildup of some characters.
They're doing a lot of that,
which kind of echoes in this episode as well. I think one obviously is Glenn. The whole fact of, and they made a point of it on Talking Dead too, that for all the years scoring at home, he has not killed a live person yet.
Right, absolutely.
Which is mind-boggling to think. 6 seasons in, he has not actually killed a human. So the struggle of that, I thought Stephen Yeun played that awesome.
He did a great job this episode. He showed a lot of emotion. His character, and this is why I fear it so much coming towards the season finale, is that they're building his character so much. They're making him such a layered character now. He always has been. He's always been a great character on the show and even the books. But man, they're just, I don't know.
Yeah.
You really feel for Glenn. You're really him taking over so that what's his face? I can't remember his name now. Didn't have to kill. He's like, no, stop. I'll do it. Heath protected Heath from having to do that.
Very much so. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So, And then of course you have Carol. You're giving Carol finally a love interest. I think some people out there were commenting that they're mad it's not Daryl. You know, the whole Carol Daryl thing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that like
that was over a long time ago.
Season 2 possibly, but at this point, Carol just needs. I actually think it's a good match.
I do too.
I mean, I think it's like her age range, her maturity level, you know, that whole thing. So.
And what, to me, fantastic writing when they gave that guy, I don't even know his name, and I forget his name, but the way he described Carol as a mom to everybody, like
Absolutely.
I was like, wow, that is great description of what Carol has become, and that's why so many people look to her and how she and the way she carries herself is very mom-like, and that's what she's doing. She's protecting as you know, maybe that resonated with her because now she looked at Maggie and was like, you need not to be here. Got on Rick for making her come, and not making her come, but letting her come. But
she was even at the beginning of the episode was kind of looking at Sam's gravestone. I mean, it's like Carol has not been that character for a long time. She's been, you do what you got to do to survive. She was becoming the Rick. Now she's not regressing. She's just evolving, and I think they're doing that with all the characters. Talking about Abraham, Carol now. You know, they're giving everyone this.
Right.
Loving, sympathetic, like we're safe. We want to protect each other more than just we're trying to survive.
Right.
You know, Rick was Michonne, so everybody's having their little moments. Abraham, again, another funny line in this episode when he breaks up with Rosita, and she's like, "No, you have to tell me why you're breaking up with me." He's like, "Why are dingleberries brown?"
Yeah.
Explicit. That's the way shit is.
Yeah.
He gets great lines, and you could tell he was. I mean, again, evolution. These characters are when he met Rosita, thought she was the last woman on Earth.
Right.
He realizes she's not, so he's not in love with her. And it's just you just see all this stuff happening. Relationships are getting together and breaking up. That hasn't happened on the show.
I agree.
Other than Maggie and Glenn, really.
Yeah, Rick's tried a couple times.
He's tried, and it's always been a big failure. He's still always, you know, Rick, the leader. So to see all this happening, I'm just letting you know something really bad is going to happen. I think it's going to be. I honestly believe it's going to be probably the worst thing we've seen, or at least emotionally. I think for people who love the show and love the characters.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I think.
But just look at what Glenn found on the wall.
Yeah, spoiler.
That's coming.
Spoiler to those who don't know, who only watch the show. Again, we're kind of comparing to the comics. We always do that. So, you know, I won't spoil everything. But for Glenn to look at those pictures on the wall, and if you look at them closely enough, which they did a pretty good shot on them, it's basically people with their heads bashed in.
Yeah.
So that'll give you a sense of...
It's foreshadowing. It's foreshadowing. It's storytelling.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing Negan's... And Negan's the kind of character, because, again, we haven't seen this in the comic book, and why would they have that on the wall? I think Negan is the kind of character who'd want his men a photographic reminder of this is what we do.
Yes.
You know, and it's... I think Negan, I think they're setting it up. They did it in the comic book. I think they're going to do the same thing on the show. He's going to be the worst villain we've ever seen.
I agree.
On Walking Dead, and they're gonna do something to make you hate him even more than the governor.
Yep.
I guarantee it.
Now we will make. I need the next 3 episodes to make a definitive guess on who I think is maybe gonna be the victim at the end of this season, because I really am up in the air about 2 or 3 people right now.
Well, let's do this. This is off the top of my head. We're winging it here, see? Just
winging it.
On Twitter, send us at In the Comics.
Yeah.
Just at In the Comics, not the Dead Edition, but In the Comics. Who you think Negan's going to take out? Because we've been debating it back and forth. I've gone back and forth on characters. You've gone back and forth on characters.
Let's start compiling a poll together.
Yeah. I mean, see who you think is going to which characters are going to be taken out on season 5, because we know it's coming. We know who it is in the comic books, but as Walking Dead TV show has proven time and time again, characters can be flip-flopped. perfect example. We talked about this when Tyrese, when Herschel was taken out by the governor with Michonne's sword, cutting his head off in front of everybody. That was Tyrese in the comic book. And that was much earlier in the comic book than it played out on the show. So will it play out exactly like it? I think they probably will, because they followed it a little closer this season, and some of the comic book stuff we talked about, especially last episode, Hilltoppers. So
yeah,
tell us what you think, and before the season finale, right before the season finale, we'll pick
either
a winner, or we'll give you our picks, our definitive picks of who we think it's going to be. I think we'll know a lot more.
Also, if you want, just comment below on this video and let us know. We'll compile them that way. So either tweet it at us, or comment on the video and start telling us who you think's gonna get the
because the season finale released it today, the titles and the descriptions, and season finale is titled Something to Fear, which was the title of the Negan storyline when he appeared. So it's gonna get.
So before we wrap it up, one last thing that I thought was a really awesome scene in this episode. To be honest, I loved the Gabriel scene when he was reading the scripture out before he shot the guy.
Yeah, he's like, "What do you do, Padre?" I mean,
I thought that was incredible. They're actually making him a better character than he was in the book, and I'm seeing his transition, and it's really, really cool.
And I know a lot of people are upset with Morgan because he doesn't kill, and he's still kind of sticking to that. He doesn't want to go out with the group, but he sees something that we're seeing as people, and I think showing a shot of him back at Alexandria and the killing going on, and his just mental breakdown to where he knows what's happening there. I think it's you got to have something like that, honestly. So I don't think he's quite as, I don't know, milquetoast as people want to make him out to be. I think he's just looking out and realizing that they could be the ones becoming killers. So.
All right, so we'll be back next week to review the next episode. One more episode coming out next week, and then in that, looking forward to figuring out what happens to Maggie and Carol.
Carol kidnapped, man.
Being kidnapped at the end.
Never seen that before either. So we don't know I don't know who this group is that got him. Obviously, it's Negan's people.
I think it's the Saviors too. Yeah,
but I do think that was the scene where you think it's all over, and then. He gets a call on the radio, like, put down the Colt revolver. I was like, oh, man, this is where it gets bad.
I hope Daryl gets his crossbow back, though. He got his bike back. I hope he gets his crossbow back.
I think Daryl's... we're not going to say who we think, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep it tuned in right here on this channel, the 21 Network YouTube channel, for all the shows we got. Of course, after Gotham, after each episode of Gotham, and then, of course, the Dead Edition and many other things we got going on there. So follow us at In the Comics. He's Director 421, D. Cottingham 21. See you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Take care.